Good, well, I say morning, but it's not. It's the middle of the day. I was set to go trapping a new lake I'd got permission to trap, and it was going to be loaded with beaver and otter. I could fly around it with Google Earth and see there was crossovers everywhere. But the landowner and his wife had a talk, and they didn't want me going in there after the beaver after all. So, hey, it's the landowner's property. You gotta respect their wishes. So maybe they'll change their mind when they have another flood damage due to the beaver problems. But I'm coming in back where I was before Christmas. I know I still got a red fox, gray fox, otter, mink, bobcat. I'm setting a micro line. I mean micro, with some new toys I come up with over the Christmas break. So we'll see how that works. New sets, new ideas, and hopefully a new chance at this one last otter that I do know is in here. We'll get to take a look at those sets as I get them put in. What I have down through here is a ton of little slides and tunnels going up through the grass. I mean, I'm not seeing any beaver chew sticks. What I'm seeing is just trails going up onto the sandbars, and fairly fresh sand. I'm gonna take some of my new tricks I've come up with, and let's see how this works. I'm gonna put one of my submerged fish on the stick, or what I'm going to call just an otter set, just a fish stick on the bottom of the creek down through here. So when the otter comes up through here playing, rolling, jumping up and down all over the sandbars and in here feeding, he's going to find one of these fish on the bottom of the creek right here. We'll take a look at that set when I get it done. Well, this is going to be interesting. It's that big old plastic shad I've put on the trigger wires of the 330. I'll put that over here underneath these bushes, and we'll take a look at the set. But on the 8 stand, there's sushi on a stick. That should be interesting. Right there is what the set looks like. 330 on the 8 stand, shoved all the way down there on the bottom. You can see that rubber shad sitting right there, and it's in about, I don't know, 14, 18 inches of water. I mean, that looks sweet. The otter comes through here, sees that, he's gonna have to go for it. I'll keep moving. That's the first set of the day going in, but I don't know what to call this. I mean, it's not a fish stick, because the fish stick's above water. I'm just gonna call it a sushi set. Works for me. That looks so real on the bottom, like a live shad down there. Set number 2 I'm putting in is a snare set on this trail. Goes right through this little hole, right through that gap. I'm using a little fiberglass fence post as like a small kill pole, and I'm running a wolf fang earth anchor to secure the whole deal. That whole set fits in one hand easily. It's one of them you can just jump out of a canoe and set, because it don't weigh anything. We'll move on down the sandbar. Putting in this because I've had mostly fox activity up here on the sandbars. I'm going to reuse that old dirt hole, but I am bedding a no BS 1.5. It's got the super strong number 2 music wire springs on it, the flapper pan put on it instead of the single bolt on the dog, and I've tightened it up so there's no slop in the pan. That's a no BS 1.5. We'll put the pan cover on it, get it sifted over it, and come back and bait all these dirt holes at one time. That way I don't have any contaminated sets. Dirt hole set number 2. It's a trenched in dirt hole. Got the trap set about 2.5 to 3 inches offset to the right. It's going to be another no BS 1.5 with the number 2 music spring wire, music springs on it. Going to sift it in and keep putting in sets on this sandbar. It's been pretty productive so far. I think I've caught 5 fox, held on to 4, and there's a lot of new tracks on this sandbar. But I'll get this set sifted in and keep moving down. Here I have found the what I believe to be another otter trail right there. And put in another sushi on a stick set. You see that shad on the bottom right there in that 330. I do believe that is otter trail coming up out of there. And if they see that fish on the bottom, they're gonna have to hit it. I'm gonna keep moving. That's where I had a dirt hole last time. And the predators have come in here and dug the stuffing out of it. And I will reset this one again. There's a good many tracks down in it. But we'll take a look at it when I get it done. I have turned this big old dirt hole back into a trenched dirt hole set. The trap's bedded right here. I'm going to use a little bit of the fish from the sardines, the little juice back in the hole, and a little bit of the bobcat booty call. So it's used for otter and bobcat, fox, and everything. But Dale Billingsley said a good bobcat gland lure would be very attractive to an otter. So we're gonna try that. I know I've had otter, fox, bobcat, coyote, both reds and grays on video down through here. So let's see if this produces tonight. Well, my mink is back. Big old mink tracks coming up through here, right along the edge of the water. But he's a big old buck too. I've got him on game camera several times. Just looking around. I'm gonna get back. So here's the dirt hole set. I'm gonna get back in here and keep moving. There, I have put in another one. This is the deep side of the creek over here, the other side of the sandbar that I got a dirt hole set on. But the right there's an H stand, and got another fish on a stick submerged. The sushi set, I guess I'm gonna call it. That's a bottom edge set for otter. The 330 is set with the current, so it creates a hydraulic that'll keep the sand and soot and trash washed off the shad, hopefully. And if the otter sees the shad on the trigger wires facing upstream, he's going to have to hit it. But hopefully that'll work. I'll keep moving, see what other kind of sign and sets I can put in. What I have found is all these mink tracks that go right around this bank. I mean, a bunch of them. And we'll get up here. I'm going to shave off this bank right in here. Make it tight. Do like Seldom Fails told me about. Put in a blind set right. You can see where the trail is. They're coming through here. Following this tight, coming right through here, and right up there is a bunch more tracks. So right in here is going to be, for me, bullseye, I think. But you can see where a lot of them are going right around there, just out of the water. But I'm going to shave that bank off right there and make this set. I have taken this groundhog toe and shaved off this bank. I mean, the mink's already coming through here. And I have bedded at 1.5. Right here, hopefully you can see it. The bedded 1.5 right here, close. I'm taking this stick, put just outside that jaw, the way it was recommended to me. And with them giving them nowhere to run except through there, hopefully this set will put that mink right over that 1.5. We'll see. Looks good to me. Putting in another one of these bottom edge sets on the 330. It's a fake shad. I have a deep little trench right next to the bank. I mean, the other side's a sandbar. And if they're going to come up through here feeding, they're going to be up here underneath all this brush, rooting around, looking. And I'm going to set this head upstream at the bottom of this bottom edge set / sushi set. I don't know what to call this thing. But with they're running parallel with the current. So the hydraulics created from the current passing over the jaws of the 330 should hopefully keep the fine particulate mud off the fish itself so it can be visible. I'll get this one shoved in, we'll take a look at it. There, I can see it. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's the little fish on the trigger wires of the 330. And this is the deep trench right next to the bank. It's kind of like a bottom edge set, fish stick, I don't know, sushi set I'm gonna call it. But with the H stand shoved down in there and the current flowing over the fish, I can even see a little movement in the tail. So hopefully that will keep the fine particulate mud from settling on the fish itself. And like I say, it's a vertical face. Anything coming down through there, otter, mink, whatever, hopefully it's going to try to grab some of these plastic fish. I guess you call it diet sushi set. Putting in a snare on a slide. It's been used pretty regular. And hope it gets used again. I mean, I've never seen too many people snare otters, or I'm going with that right there, right in the opening of that slide. Got it wolf fanged over here, beat in there way deeper than normal because if I catch an otter, they fight like crazy. So right there's the loop. He'll be here mad, all balled up if I do get one. So fingers crossed. They're going up here on this sandbar like a toilet. I'm just going to be setting a few snares on the slides in and out of them. Putting in another snare loop right here where something's coming up and down quite a bit, actually. And may tighten up on that loop just a little bit. Put it right there. See, I've got it on a 3/8 fiberglass rod as a snare support. I used what would be meat trappers. How he explained, he drilled holes in a 3/8 fiberglass rod to put a number 9 support wire. And boy, does it is perfect for canoe trapping. Lightweight, You don't have to carry around a bunch of kill poles. Just use your wolf fang anchor and that 3/8 fiberglass rod as a snare support. You just shove it in the ground, beat your wolf fang in, and set your loop. You're gone. That's fast. So hopefully that'll make a catch. We'll keep moving down. When we putting in another snare right here on this trail, I couldn't get close to it with the boat to get it set out of the boat. So this is what it is. It's a 3/8 fiberglass rod with a number 9 wire drilled through it for stiffener. It's got a 1/8 bobcat snare because they're fast, rigged up on a wolf fang. So I'm gonna get that snare put in right here and keep going. It's one of them sets I just had to stop and put in, no matter if I had to climb out on the bank and walk up to it. Here's a look from the creek why I had to get up there and set that. A well-worn trail going right through all those stickers. Crazy thorn bushes. Right there's the loop where they're crossing that little stick. And I have it fenced off, so it should push them right through there. But that little 1/8 cable's almost invisible. If something comes through here tonight, hopefully we'll make a catch. Correction, it's not a 1/8 cable, it's a 1/16 cable. Designed for bobcat, fox, things of that nature. It'll close fast, and it's a 1x19 loaded snares. So yeah, I noticed myself saying 1/8. Now that ain't right. 1/8 is hog snares. So it's a 1/16 diameter 1x19 loaded cable. Well, I managed to set just about everything I carried with me to set on that micro line. Just one snare left. So it makes 4 leg holes, 4 snares, and 4 330 sets. So just a little micro line on good sign. We'll see if anything hits tonight. We'll see you in the morning.